Glad to know you're still with us. Muhammadu Buhari, that's President Muhammadu Buhari, has stated that the Lekki deep sea port will create opportunities in jobs and facilitate trade in Nigeria as the port welcomes its first vessel. This was disclosed recently in a statement issued by the presidency through Femi Adesina. Also, the president promised that his administration will approve 4 new seaports in the country, including the Lekki deep sea port, which is hinged on growing the economy. According to him, the decision is aimed at creating massive job opportunities, foreign investment inflows, and trade facilitation. He added that the nation's maritime and aquatic resources are critical to the livelihoods of Nigerians, as the government will spare no effort in successfully harnessing the potential of the sector. For further analysis of the opportunities and prospects in the maritime sector, Sir Philip Egolu, a maritime consultant and partner, Multisec Consulting, joins us via the telephone. Hello, good to have you join us today, Sir Philip.
Good morning.
Glad to have you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you too. All right, now let's talk about this. The Lekki Deep Sea Port took delivery of 3 super post-Panamax ships to shore. That's STS, cranes, and 10 rubber-tired gantries. Now, this is the first vessel to berth at the port on Friday, July 1st. I would like to have your reaction to this.
Yes, the Lekki Deep Sea Port, it's a welcome idea to Nigerian economy because it is one of the ports that have the greatest draft water level in Nigeria, and it can accommodate ships of large tonner, ULCC and UVLCC vessels.
Okay, now talking about this, that's Lekki Deep Sea Port. The federal government is also talking about the fact that they want to replicate this in some other areas. So what are these areas? I mean, if you were to talk about it, what areas would you probably suggest?
Yes, the advantage of Lekki Deep Sea Port is the nearer the port to the ocean, the probability of accommodating bigger vessels. Because the problem with some of our ports now, they are a bit inland, and the channel is the drafts on the channels are very low. I cannot accommodate very big vessels. So these seaports should be located near the ocean. Some nautical miles very near to the ocean, so that it can accommodate big vessels. So I believe along the coast, like in Akwa Ibom, and Niger Delta area, these are areas that are near to the sea, that can accommodate near to the Atlantic Ocean, that can accommodate big vessels. Yes, because the nearer the port to the sea, to the ocean, the higher the tonnage of vessels she will receive. Yes.
All right. Now, while the president was speaking, he was talking about the fact that this decision is aimed at, creating massive job opportunities, foreign investment inflows, and trade facilitation. I would like us to talk about the opportunities that are imminent in this development.
Yes. Okay. The location is a very good place. That's Lekki Ekpe axis. It will bring about development now outside Lagos. Development now will come towards Ekpe axis now. Because this is a new Lagos area. It will bring out, we know the congestion like being experienced in Apapa now. And again, it will create job opportunities. A lot of job opportunities will be created. It will also provide, which will provide a multiplier effect. It's not only on maritime industry. It will also promote trade and commerce. Foreign trade will increase because the turnaround of vessels now will be high. Vessels will no more waste time to turn around, ship turn around. That is discharging and either loading and going back again. The time the ship turnaround is now very low. Then also it will institution and industrial growth. The maritime agencies now, they also will be very busy in handling maritime jobs and opportunities, okay? And it will generate more revenue to the government. The government now will, because there will be more increased trade facilitation, and this will increase more revenue to the government, generate more revenue to the government. So it's a very good idea, and the location is a very good location.
All right, now that you've talked about how lucrative this is, especially how that it will generate a lot of income for the country, like how many do you even think we need in Nigeria if we are to facilitate trade to the extent that is good enough?
Yes, one is now located the western area. That's the Lekki. And another one should come towards the Warri, towards the Delta area, towards the Escampos area. Then another one should come at the Rivers area, down towards Brass or Bonny, down. Then we look at Ibaka in Apaibom. That's another area. That can, these are areas which, so that we can spread this report now and the congest Lagos. That's the advantage of having more of these deep seaports.
All right, now let's look at what the information minister said. In May, he was talking about the fact that this project is expected to bring revenues of about $201 billion to the federal and state government through taxes, royalties, and duties. And also, he talked about an aggregate impact of $361 billion in 45 years. That's upon the commencement of operations. Now, what's the import of this on the economy? What will this do to the economy?
The maritime economy is a very vital economy to any country because water does not dry, oil can dry tomorrow. So the maritime industry generates income, and Nigeria is also blessed. We have a lot of offshore oil depots which attracts oil and gas, and this also brings a lot of business. So with the oil and gas business and the maritime trade, the sky is the limit for Nigeria. Once we get the money and the money is utilized for the development, Nigeria we should not be only depend on oil. We should also depend on the maritime industry, which is a very, very steady and vital income earner.
Now let's take a look at the... Oh, okay, please go ahead.
Just as the Minister of Information said, this sector is going to generate a lot of revenue to the government, and the government should also try to invest more. Let this sport be spread in the coastal area of Nigeria. There's 4 in addition to this one, or 3 in addition to the existing one now, the Lekki.
All right. Now, there are concerns, even though the federal government had talked about the fact that they want to do more, apart from the fact that they've come up with this Lekki deep sea port. They are talking about the fact that they want to do more. But then what are the other things you think can be done to avoid us getting to that Apapa situation again? So the Lekki deep sea port will not give us what we're also seeing in Apapa at the moment.
Yeah, the Lekki seaport, this seaport is well situated. And it is off Lagos. And traffic now will go through Ekpe, Ijabode. The traffic will not come into the town again. All the container traffic or the goods traffic now will go through Ekpe, Lekki, Ekpe, Ijabode. Either they go to the east, they go to the north, wherever they're going. So there will be this congestion now, and there's a lot of area. The place is a virgin area, it has not been congested, and there's room for expansion.
Okay, now when you say that there will be diversion or a detour to Ogun State, is Ogun State ready for that volume?
They have to. It's not for us to the routes. Either one or two highways have to also be created so that instead of going towards Lagos now, all the goods now, all the trucks, whatever will go through Ekpe to Ijabode or to other areas that within the east and the north areas.
All right. Well, in wrapping up now, what do you think can be done to, also increase the capacity of other seaports in the country? For example, we have the One and then we have the Port Harcourt seaport and all of that. What can be done, really, and to also ensure that they are operating optimally? Yes.
Yeah, the Nigerian Shippers Council should come in now. They should try to educate our importers so that they can use other ports outside Lagos. There should be some incentives. Those areas, the drafts and the channels are very low. That's why it doesn't accommodate big vessels. That's the problem they're having. But Nigerian can equally encourage importers, shippers, so they can use the airport. And again, in addition, equipment or goods coming to the east can be directly channeled. The importers should be educated that they should use all these ports. Calabar Port, Seaport, One Seaport, Port Harcourt Main Port. So that let everybody not concentrate all activities in Lagos Airport. And that's the problem we're having. The activities should be decongested or decentralized. Nigerian shipping companies have a lot of jobs to do now to educate the importers and exporters, and also the foreign shipping companies who are coming to Nigeria.
Okay, and well, in proffering solutions, I think we also have to look at the cause and all of that. Why exactly is it that these places are not patronized as much as Apapa? Is there something that needs to be done? Is there something we need to do to make them more attractive? What exactly is the challenge here?
The challenge, there should be some incentives, right? There should be some incentives, and again, most of the shipping lines prefer Lagos, right? Because of the volume of cargo. Most cargo, that's what I'm saying now. The shippers customers to the port of shipments, they have to educate the importers or the exporters that the other seaports outside Lagos, and also importers in Nigerian ports should also be made to use by giving them some incentives to make to use all these other ports that have lower traffic, so that the traffic can improve. And in addition, again, security, maritime security, piracy, all these should be the channels. The Nigerian Navy should come up with enough security so that the foreign shipping lines can be encouraged to come in through all these other ports in the Niger Delta area.
All right, you've talked about education, that's enlightening the public. You also mentioned security. But what about infrastructure? Is that, could that be one of the reasons? Is there something about infrastructure that's probably keeping people away from these other places?
No, the ports have been concessioned. There can be concessions, and the concessionaries have also improved their handling facilities and other activities in terms of clearance of goods and loading of goods, handling of goods. So that is not the issue. Now the issue should be they should encourage foreign shipping lines to use all these ports, and our importers, mostly from those from the eastern part of the country, should be made to use all these ports. They should be made and educated. Our embassies overseas should enlighten the foreign shipping companies that they have other ports in Nigeria outside Lagos. There's One Port, there's Port Harcourt Port, there's Warri Port, there's Calabar Port. And all these ports need to be kept busy and not concentrating in Lagos. That's why we have Lagos is always congested. And these are just also bring about high cost of goods, both in demurrage, shift on around, and so on. These are added to the consumers.
All right, you talked about Shipping Council a lot during the course of this conversation, saying that you should educate the people. Are we looking at maybe some regulation so that people they won't have any other choice than to do the needful, that which is expected of them, because we want to spread this thing in the country, and we know that we need Apapa to be free, and we need this to go around?
Yeah, as I said, the Shipping Council has a lot of job to do. They have to educate our shipping, our importers and exporters.
Yes, sir. Also, I understand that. I'm saying, do we need a regulation?
Regulation cannot come in because these are not government. These are people who, it's just to encourage them. It's just to encourage them. Let them know that there are other seaports outside Lagos, and the foreign shipping companies that are coming, that also these ports are safe as that of Lagos. And also again the tonnage. Most foreign shipping companies coming, they like to have the full shipload, and most of these shiploads are destined to Lagos. That's why many of them, they don't want to, after stopping at Lagos, then they come and either they do a transshipment or so. They like to go direct. After deciding, they go back. That's another problem. So the vessels should be encouraged. Smaller vessels should be encouraged to destined to Port Harcourt, Warri, or Calabar. Our embassies overseas should educate and encourage our shippers abroad that there's other shipping, other ports outside Lagos.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Philip Egolu, for your thoughts on the show for today.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
All right. Well, we've been speaking with Sir Philip Egolu. He's a maritime consultant and partner multi-sec Consulting. We take a break now, and when we come back, oil prices rose nearly 3% on Wednesday before pairing some gains as investors piled back into the market after a heavy rout in the previous session. Details in a moment. Stay with us.